Why you dey buy fake product, yeah? Make you dey careful.
We have power to prosecute, to go to court. We have power to convict people. Those people who are doing bad, if you let us know, we'll take care of them.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
You should know where to go. The SON.
We will continue to develop capacity and make our services available to Nigerians in every nook and cranny in the country. Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Malam Farouk Salim, assures Nigerians as the agency discloses plans to enhance synergy with manufacturers of goods in Nigeria. You're on to Nigeria's flagship program on product quality and safety, Standard and You. It's always a pleasure bringing the program to you, our esteemed viewers, every Monday at 6:30 p.m. on this station. A warm welcome to the program and thanks for joining us. My name is Halimot Osifo. Stay tuned, I'll be back shortly.
I want a situation where in the future, when you see a son person, either in your market or in your shop or on the street, you bring him close to you and say, welcome, come, beer, let's talk. Because it's your brother, it's your friend. But I cannot be your brother if you don't know I'm interested in protecting you. Like they say, on your son, with Rando.
Welcome to the world of standard and quality, where we offer you information on product safety and quality. The program is Standard and You.
Choose life and live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
In case you've just joined us, you are watching Standard and You, your guide to product quality and safety. Did you know that we are expanding our capacity by establishing more laboratories and offices across the country to bring our services closer to you regardless of your location in the country? The whole idea is to ensure that every Nigerian, no matter where you are, becomes quality conscious. Sit back, relax as we take you through some of the latest developments by the agency in that regard.
Since it was established in 1971 as an agency of government, the Standards Organization of Nigeria, working with relevant agencies, has elaborated standards needed by manufacturers of goods in the country. The agency has enforced these standards not only for local producers, but ensures that importers of goods into the country adhere strictly to best global practices. The Standards Organization of Nigeria is no doubt a critical regulatory agency tasked with the responsibility of promoting standardization and quality assurance in Nigeria.
We recently signed African Free Trade Act, and that act means, in simple terms, that any African country can manufacture, export into our country any goods that is certified by their own country to be good. So our industries right now, as we speak, are at a very big disadvantage because they cannot export to Niger, but Niger can export to Nigeria. The reason being, we don't have enough capacity to not only to monitor them and test them and certify them, we need even more capacity to make sure we train the small-scale industries in this country. In that light, we have signed a lot of MOUs with several governors and ministries of various states to be able to help MSMEs on how to package, label, and manufacture their products. And we certified them that way. If something as simple as our kilishi has a standard organization sticker on it, can actually be exported to Europe or America without any problems. In that light, we already have several labs that have been accredited and proved. We have a food lab that was just recently done, and we have more potential to do more. We have a lot of responsibility, but little tools to do our jobs. I have a lot of cooperation around the country from law enforcement, from customs, from civil defense, from DSS, and from the government proper in Abuja.
SON has its presence in all states of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. In some states, the SON occupies rented apartments, a development that is fast changing as management of the agency embarks on a strategic expansion initiative.
We promised at the beginning of this administration to make sure that we build on what the previous administration has, and then we add to it. So following the promise I made on assumption of duty to improve the infrastructure I met on the ground, I decided to continue with the work started by my predecessors despite the COVID-19 pandemic and of course the paucity of funds. By completing the Sun Office projects under construction all over the country and in some places initiate new ones with the support of the host state governments, I'm proud to say we're achieving our goal gradually but surely. Standard Organization of Nigeria is currently on the path of closing the infrastructure gaps identified by the wholesale completion of these office laboratory projects and the commission of such in consonance with the National Quality Infrastructure Plan.
According to the Public Relations Officer of the SON, Mr. Bola Fashina, the focus of the agency's renewed drive to bring its services closer to the people is to afford more Nigerians, especially operators of small and medium enterprises outside major cities like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt and Kano, the opportunity to take advantage of SON's technical support to industries.
We need to reach to these nooks and crannies of Nigeria further. Many of our state offices are located in the state capitals. We want to ensure that their activities, technical support, particularly to micro, small and medium enterprises, can get to all the local governments in each of the states. To accomplish that, first we need to have a conducive office environment for our staff to work, meaning that we probably might require even more staff, in each of those state offices. But we cannot deploy more staff or recruit more staff except we have a conducive environment for them to work. So this has led us to developing a prototype state office cum laboratory facility, which we are replicating in all the states of the Federation. What we're looking at for the future is to ensure that all the components of standardization, be it standards development, conformity assessment, testing, metrology, we want to ensure that all of these services can be efficiently and effectively available at the state level where SON is represented. So the idea, like I said earlier, is to ensure that we can carry out all these processes and support each state government to develop the micro, small, and medium enterprises in particular, so that bigger industries can feed off from them, and then they can create a lot of small employment opportunities, which, when you pull them together, can actually solve the nation's unemployment challenge. So that is the idea, because in developing the quality infrastructure, we want to ensure that most of those infrastructure can be available at our state office level. Our staff can go conveniently to factories, do inspection, take samples of products, and in a short time, test those products within the state and give feedback to the stakeholders. That would also ensure that the turnaround time for certification of products will be substantially reduced, because most of these conformity assessment procedures can be concluded at the state level and recommendations just made to the headquarters for the final certification of the product and signing of the certificates to be delivered to the companies for their products. That is the idea.
The agency has commissioned its office in Ekiti State, while those of Akwa Ibom and Ilori in Kwara State have been completed and occupied but not commissioned yet. The SON, he explained, has secured pieces of lands in Cross River, Katsina, Nasarawa, Jigawa, Plateau, and Kano states. Construction work, he added, is ongoing in Sokoto and Akwa Ibom states. Mr. Fashino disclosed that the agency is not just constructing new offices, but also establishing laboratories that will serve not only manufacturers of goods within a particular location, but farmers and other stakeholders in agro-allied industry, where each state has comparative advantage over the others.
We're looking at the future, but we're also looking at the present. With African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement signed and preparations for its implementation, it is in the interest of Nigeria that products in every part of the country will get certification to ensure that they can move within the country and across borders to every part of Africa in line with the African Continental Free Trade Agreement program. All of these efforts are to ensure that the services of SON are closer to the stakeholders, particularly for testing of products, to expand the activities of our testing laboratories, which have international accreditation, to be nearer to our stakeholders, and also to ensure that the laboratories are configured to test products that are common to each area across the country.
This initiative by the SON has been applauded by relevant stakeholders, especially in the nation's industrial sector. They described the establishment of new laboratories in the country, especially at locations close to some rural settlements in Nigeria, as one with immense benefits to consumers of goods as well as local producers.
This investment in capacity, I think, is good in order to scale the activities of SON and to ensure that they are much more effective, particularly in terms of the coverage of every part of the country. It is good for consumers because consumer confidence about products will increase. Because if you pick a product, I know that it's SON certified, it gives you a lot of confidence. If you pick a product, we are sure that because of the capacity of the SON, this product must have been cleared with the SON. It builds confidence. Because that confidence is very, very important to the consumer. You feel a lot safer if you know that the building materials you are using, the chemical, whatever it is, that falls within the purview of the regulated products of SON. It gives a lot more confidence. It is also good for manufacturers because it enhances the brand of made in Nigerian products. Because brand is key to competitiveness at the regional level. Now we are talking about African Continental Free Trade Area. All of these things are dependent on the perception of the brand of the products that are produced within the country. So the stamp of authority, the effectiveness of the regulatory agency in charge of standards will help to improve the competitiveness of made in Nigerian products.
The Director General of the SON, Malam Farouk Salim, told Standard & You that plans are ongoing to secure more properties to establish permanent offices, especially in areas where the agency operates in rented apartments.
The Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, brings a new lease of life to Nigeria SMEs. SON has put a greater premium on developing standards to improve made in Nigeria products for export. We have developed more standards for products like sesame, cocoa, gari, and more, courtesy of our accredited state-of-the-art laboratories. In keeping with the federal government's ease of doing business, SON has simplified its processes and turned around time for SUNCAP, MANCAP, and other certification processes. SON has intensified market surveillance, raids, and seizures to reduce substandard products in circulation, and offenders shall be prosecuted. Join SON in ridding our nation of substandard products. If you see something, say something. Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving lives through standards.
You're still watching Standard & You, your guide to product quality and safety. Let's also tell you that the DG of SON, Malam Farouk Salim, has restated commitment to provide local industries with the much-needed technical support to be competitive and produce goods of acceptable standards. The SON boss said this while on a courtesy visit to the governor of Cross River State, Professor Ben Ayade. The report.
In the last 6 months, the Chief Executive Officer of the SON has embarked on such courtesy visits to state governors aimed at deepening collaboration between state governments and the Standards Organization of Nigeria. Such collaboration has translated to immense benefits and support for the SON. This visit to the governor of Cross River State by the DG of SON and some top management provided an opportunity for the SON boss to acquaint the governor and some members of his cabinet with the imperatives of standard, with special focus on how the state can benefit from the activities of the SON.
The Standard Organization of Nigeria, essentially, we set the standards, we enforce the standards. So having a state growing like Cross River State is going to be a good opportunity for us to help them grow and keep standardization in the process they are building. Like this factory is done at a very high level, very excellent, ultra-modern level. But as an organization, we'll come in, we look at the facilities, we give more advice on how to make the place even better. So the Standard Organization is actually a partner in progress for most of the industries in this country, and also we protect the industry by making sure people don't import substandard goods into the country and destroy our local ability.
Governor of Cross River State, Professor Ben Ayade, who expressed delight at the DG's visit, assured his guests of the state government's support to the SON. He said the importance of standard in any economy cannot be overemphasized.
Work with Standard Organization, taking advantage of their courses and their management training programs for all our management staff to key into it and help us in the process of evacuating this through the private sector.
The state government allocated a piece of land to the agency in Calabar for the construction of a befitting SON office in the state.
I'm quite excited at the opportunity that Standards Organization of Nigeria is bringing to Cross River State. Today we have Standard Organization, not by any proxy, but by the DG himself, coming here, making a choice of a location to build a Standards Organization complex here in Calabar. And we are giving you a place, Ayade Industrial Park. Very close, 4 minutes to the airport, 15 to 20 minutes to the seaport. Clearly, this is the right place to build because they will pass our products through accreditation process, and with the contract signed, this international agreement reached, African Continental Free Trade Agreement that has been signed, it means that our goods can migrate within the Gulf of Guinea and the entire Africa without having to go through another standardization or certification.
The DG SON and other members of his entourage were taken on a tour of factories in the industrial park in Calabar by the state governor and officials of the state executive.
Wow, Chief Mike, how are you? Fine. I'm going to Sun office for the certification of my wheat flour.
Oh no, things have changed. Sun has simplified all its activities. You could have even stayed back in Kano and process all your papers online. Whoa.
With the efforts of Sun, the products of SMEs can now compete globally. Sun has put in place necessary machineries in support of the growth of SMEs. At highly subsidized charges, SMEs can now get their certification, laboratory testing of their products, as well as purchase of standards. Meanwhile, Sun is carrying out massive seizure of substandard goods in the market and have gotten legal backing to prosecute offenders, all to protect consumers and SMEs. Sun, improving life through standards.
I wish to join the Sun Director General and his team to further roll up their sleeves to mobilize Nigerians across the nation to imbibe the culture of quality.
Over the years, Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, has deployed several initiatives and embarked on strategic campaigns to tackle the menace of substandard and fake products in Nigeria. Despite these efforts, there are still some greedy importers who smuggle substandard products into the country, and some unpatriotic Nigerians who simply want to shortchange consumers by denying them value for their money. With a renewed zeal to protect Nigerians, Standards Organization of Nigeria is intensifying efforts to sanitize our markets and ensure only goods of acceptable quality are available on the shelves. However, we need your support to achieve our mandate. Yes. Do you know anyone producing or dealing on substandard products? Have you seen somebody faking another person's products? Have you been denied value for your money? Do you even know your consumer rights and responsibilities? Do you know SON has standards for various products? Do you know dealing on substandard and fake products is an offense punishable by law? Don't be silent. Reach out to us now, ask questions, seek clarifications, make contributions, and give us information on substandard and fake products. Now over to some of the messages we received last week. Oluwabukola Adeleke from Niger State says, I bought Akasin's 7-channel DJ mixer and it got spoiled the first day I used it. I went back to the seller and he told me to go repair it myself. That's not fair and you need to report to SON Niger State office opposite Government Day Secondary School, Boso Road, Mina. Ikechukwu Ibekwe says, I write to uphold the way you sensitize the masses on standard products through your program. Kudos. Now I know my rights and whom to report to in case of complaints. It's nice to hear from you, Ikechukwu. Thank you. Mrs. Afolabi says, please kindly furnish with detailed steps on how to obtain MANCAP registration for my products. Thanks for reaching out to us. MANCAP is a product certification scheme for locally manufactured products. Please visit the nearest SON office for guidance. Ronald Barido from Port Harcourt says, Standards Organization of Nigeria is really doing well to carry out its mission and vision. Nice work and please more of that. Thank you, we hope to serve you better. Cosmos Anago from Anambra says, God bless SON. God bless you too. And that's a wrap on this week's episode of your favorite public sensitization program, Standard and You. You can be a part of the program by sending your messages to the number 0705-972-4455. Follow us on any of our social media platforms and remember, you can watch the program online at youtube.com/Standard and You. As always, buy original, sell authentic, and use only the best. Thanks and have a great week.
Why you dey buy fake product, make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.